Okay, here's the deal. I have been struggling with finding books that I am enjoying for the past year. I don't know if it's just a year-long reading slump that I had, or if I just don't know what kind of books I'm into anymore. Besides that, I thought it would be a great idea to start off the year by rereading one of my favorite books, one of my favorite series, one of the only series that I enjoyed enough to finish, and that is the Hunger Games series. I have never reread the entire series before. I only read it once ages ago before the movies came out, and then I reread the first one for a rereadathon, and then I didn't continue on with the other two books. So this is going to be my first time rereading the series as a whole, and I'm very excited about it.
So I just got up to this part where Katniss is, I think it's her first night or something, eating dinner with Cinna and all that in the capital, and she she recognizes a girl, and Effie says that this girl is an Ewok or something. Did that ever get resolved? Because I don't remember this bit. I don't remember if she's like a significant person that comes in again later on or something. I realized that Katniss mentions that she hates that their outfits, her and Peter's outfits, are all matchy and like twins, like she says. And that got me wondering about, I don't know, maybe I'm like reading way too into this, but now that I know what happens in the future for them, I wonder like who, because Peter was the first one to do the whole like love star-crossed lovers thing. Peter was the one to say that, and then in the second book it was because of Katniss's rebellion at the end of the first book that got everyone else to do this whole like like rebellion thing that everyone was on board with, that Katniss didn't know about but all the other tributes did. I wonder what Cinna's role is, because I don't remember if he was ever like mentioned as being in the know about everything else. So like I don't know if like the rebellion goes even before Katniss was in the arena, or if it just happened like after. But maybe I'm just reading too into it. Maybe the stylists were just like, oh, let's just team them up.
Okay, see, here it is again. Haymitch mentions that they should be together at all times. And I don't understand why, if this was the plan all along from the first book, because I did not notice that.
You know what I just realized on this time rereading? Katniss is so defensive about everything. Like, anytime anything goes wrong or anytime anyone does any sort of action, she's just so defensive. She thinks like negatively about, not negatively, but she thinks that everyone's action is with negative intent. And I don't know why, but for some reason that just annoys me a little bit. Obviously I get it, it's from her experience and like what she's been through and like what, you know, the interactions that she's had with people, especially the people of the capital. But I don't know, it just like, I'm up to this bit where she really needs water, and she's like, she calls out for water because she thinks she can get sponsors to give her some water, and then like she instantly goes, oh, Haymitch is the one that's not letting them give me water. And I'm like, calm down. Okay, so I've been going back and forth between the audiobook and the physical book, and I just got up to the part where Rue dies. Oh, was that a spoiler for you? Oh no, you watched the first movie, didn't you?
Who's Rue?
The little girl.
Oh.
Anyway, so I got up to that point and I listened to the narrator sing the bit where she's supposed to sing, and it made me really sad. So I was reading a fair bit of the book last night while I was in bed, but I didn't want to record my thoughts because Andrew was sleeping next to me. But I got up to the part where Katniss and Peter finally reunite, and they're in the cave, and he's hurt and everything. And I forgot how cute those scenes were. I just think that they're so sweet with each other. I think Peter is so sweet, and I know that. So I think I had this discussion with Andrew when we watched the second movie, because it was his first time watching the second movie. But I was he mentioned that he was surprised that the romance part of it is actually part of the act, and that made it a lot more exciting for him, a lot more interesting for him. And I know that a couple of years ago, I think when they were like marketing the whole thing, it was all like compared to Twilight. It was like, oh, it's just like Twilight, there's like one girl and two guys and you have to pick which one you like, and Team Gale and Team Peter. But that's not the point of the book, which I really, really like. Like, as much as I wish that Katniss and Peter have this like really sweet, true romance, they don't, and I kind of like it that way. And like, I don't know, you could argue that like by the end of the book, even though she doesn't really like technically she doesn't really like, when you, not technically, but like when you see it from the very beginning, she doesn't actually really like either Gale or Peter. But I know that you could argue that by the end of the series, she does have this sort of attachment and care and some sort of love for Peter, maybe because of their trauma together, maybe because of the things that they've been through together. But I don't think that it's the love that we would want it to be, and I'm okay with that. I don't know, the more I'll read on, the more I'll have thoughts on this, but yeah, those are my thoughts for right now.
We just got home from a couple of charity shops and have a haul, so I thought I would show you the books that we got. So the first one is Magic Study by Maria V. Schneider. This is the second book in the Poison Study series. I started reading the Poison Study series, but I haven't finished it, but I know that my friend wanted it, so I got this for her. And then the next one is Of Time and Stars. This is Andrew's book. I don't know what it's about. This next one is also Andrew's book, and it's called Congo by the guy Michael Crichton. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And then this one's mine. I got Anne of Green Gables. This is an edition that I remember having when I was younger. I had like the Secret Garden one, and then I had Lorna Doone. I don't know where those books are now, but when I saw this I was excited because it's like large font and it's got pictures, and I think it's for like beginners readers, like chapter books, but I think it's the whole story. It's just like bigger font. Next, I was super surprised that I found this. It's Sweet by Kate Tiernan. It's like a bind up of 3 books. I remember hearing about this author and this series in particular a couple of years ago when I first started BookTube, and I think Benjamin of Tomes was the first person that I heard this person from, and I haven't been able to find any of her books, but I was surprised that I found it there because it's not like a well-known book or anything. Yeah, I think it's about witches. It's about this girl that she didn't know she had powers, and then it turns out that she did, and I guess she's like in a coven or something. I don't know, it sounds cheesy, but it sounds fun. Next I have Hyperbole and a Half, which is also, all of these, wait, I forgot to mention, so all of these were $2, and I was surprised that this graphic novel was $2 because usually graphic novels are super expensive, and it's still pretty good condition too, so excited to read that one. And then the last book, Andrew actually picked it up from the back of the like this, what's it called?
Shop.
Like the back room. Yeah, like the back room, and it's a Ruth Ware book, so I'm excited about it because, as you all know, I love The Turn of the Key. And this one is about a girl, a lady on a cruise ship, I think, and then she hears like a splash and she thinks that someone has drowned, but there's no one. Like, she thinks that someone has drowned that was in cabin 10, but then it turns out no one is actually like said to have stayed in cabin 10. So it's, I don't know, thriller mystery. I just got a new haircut because I discovered that there is a hairdresser studio right near where Andrew lives. So I tried it out and I really like it. I like it. They're good. Anyway, I finished The Hunger Games. I finished it yesterday, but I couldn't be bothered filming because I was so tired coming home yesterday from, you know, our book haul and stuff. I didn't realize, I forgot, not that I didn't realize, but I forgot that the ending of the games for Candace and Peter was excruciatingly painfully long. Like when they were waiting for Cato to die, and also when they were waiting for the cannon to fire, and like for like they didn't realize why they weren't winning, because obviously they decided to change everything and say that, oh, there needs to only be one person. That was painful to read because I felt so bad for the two of them. I was like, can you just let them be done with it? And then I forgot about the ending when they were going back to District 12, and then Peter didn't realize that everything else was like a show for Katniss and it wasn't like that for him, and that made me really sad as well. So yeah, I finished it and 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite books of all time for a reason, and I don't think any amount of rereads can really change that for me. I've reread, this is the second time I've reread it, so I have read it 3 times now, technically, you know, including the first time reading it, and it's still one of my favorites. I'm going to read the second book straight after because I feel like if I don't do that, then I won't ever reread the others, because that's what happened last time. So yeah, keep an eye out for the next time I post a vlog about this series. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below about The Hunger Games. If you read it, if you reread it, just any of your thoughts down in below. Let me know. Anyway, I'll see you soon.